decided to prove it with astrology, one of the great Chinese contributions, and what I remembered from Militant Millie reciting our history all of those years. The horse is captivating, everybody wants a ride. The sheep will conquer any mountainside. The monkey is the general, the army must obey. But one soul you can't control is crazy night and day. So, don't rock the ox, she's way too more eccentric. Don't rock the ox, she plunges madly on. Don't rock the ox, her quest is quite authentic. She has a thirst to be the first, a diva and a con. Oxen love their boxing and they always get their way. Hey! And then I realized that I had said all this in front of my tea house audience, in front of the publisher who was about to give me a book deal for Japanese romances. It's a few years after the end of the Depression, but I still needed the job. When was that boat leaving again? So we arrived in Japan, and although the samurai now knows I'm Chinese, he's been trying to amend my forgetting-itis. He says, oh, the emperor will never get close enough to you to realize, and if you fool me, you will fool him. Good. But we get to the court of Japan, and the emperor takes a particular interest in me, after all my portraits. The courtyard. I understand that you have forgotten our language. He spoke very good English. It's his education. Now, I will assume you have forgotten our religion as well. I am a high priest. I will teach it to you. In all the turmoil and confusion of today, it is an illusion. There is a better way. It is more than an amenity. It is our moral guide. The secret to serenity lies hidden deep inside. Nothing is enough. Nothing is enough. If you want no things, there are no strings. Nothing is enough. It may be hard to handle the concept we call Zen. The darkness and the candle are partners now and then. The schedule that you keep is sometimes only in your way. Consider the chrysanthemum, it lives but for today. Nothing is enough, nothing is enough. If you want no things, there are no strings. Nothing is enough. Yes, I think you are going to help our court have a most enjoyable experience. Yes, 1941 is going to be our best year ever. That was a very rough December. We were shocked. And Christmas was very hard that year. Christmas was hard the next year. And the year after that. And the year after that. There I was behind enemy lines. I couldn't tell anyone who I was. I couldn't tell them I'm Christian. I couldn't tell them I'm Chinese. I wanted sugar cookies, and I wanted to go shopping and wrap presents, and I wanted to decorate a Christmas tree and put on a silly hat and sing Christmas carols. I couldn't have any of that. I felt like I was trapped. Things were closing in around me. I called it Santa claustrophobia. Santa claustrophobia has got me by the throat. It's like I'm underwater in a heavy sinking boat. Santa Claus, I am my own double cross. Best wishes of the season can never more be said, but tried and shot for treason is what I see instead. Santa Claus, I am my own double cross. Christmas Eve, what am I supposed to be? Nativity, when will I have liberty? I could have gotten on a repatriation boat, but somehow it was so good to be a famous Japanese person. I was in parades. I sat next to the emperor. We waved at people. People read my books. They had to be transcribed by the Royal Scribe, of course, because it's forgetting artists, but they were published, they were put out there. I wrote cookbooks, people made recipes from them, and I was celebrated. It was a very seductive lifestyle to be so famous. But every now and then I would vent to the samurai, and finally he'd had enough. You can get on any boat you want. I don't want to hear you complain anymore. I know you think you got it made, the emperor's delight. He shows you off in each parade, his death grip holds you tight, in striking distance of the throne, but never ever queen. You want to make Japan your own, a Chinese devil's dream. No, you shall not go. You stay soft and warm. You're revered, so show no fear. Any port in a storm. You should mind your head. You might wake up dead. This is not over. We will talk about it more after I see my family in Hiroshima. Yeah. Hiroshima. After that, I had no use for Americans. True, there wasn't much time left in the war, but I doubled down on my efforts to be Japanese. But when VJ Day came, somehow I got the blame. It's my Japanese novels, those romances that I wrote, had lowered people's intelligences. They couldn't think of military strategies. And my cookbooks, full of recipes that poisoned people. They were too weak to fight. Wasn't my fault, was it? Everybody was mad at me. Except when the occupation started. And then the other day she was like, oh, good going, no. We have new prey. We're gonna take them for everything they got. Starting with this hat. They teach us English and they give us cigarettes. We serve them sake and make kingfish croquettes. I get proposed to every single day. I say, I don't know, you shouldn't go, you should really stay. We got no brooks with stars and stripes, I'll tell you why. Come on, occupy. We're in control of every yen. We're making gold from enlisted men. We are not suggestive, we're passive aggressive. Come on, occupy. Yen hut. Well, eventually the occupation ended, and I thought I may as well float home with the tide of I had left some treasure trove in Reno, where oddly enough, my ex, Rex, was now an ex of his own, and he was living there with our children, the triplets, whom I had left